generation axiom, that is T naught space. A topological space is said to be T naught space. A topological space X tau is said to be a T naught space if and only if for all xy belonging to x not equal to y, there exists an open set containing one element, not the other. Okay. What is the meaning of this? That is for all pairs x comma y belonging to x not equal to y, there exists one open set, an open set. We'll call the open set as U, okay, such that x belongs to U and y doesn't belong to U. Or it could be x doesn't belong to U or y belongs to U. So there exists one open set containing one element, not the other. Okay. Now let us see some examples. First one, let us take x equal to 3 elements, A, B, C, and tau equal to null set, whole set, singleton A and B, C. Okay. Now take B and C belonging to x. Definitely B not equal to C. And we should look at open sets other than null set and the whole set. That is this. Because null set contains no elements at all and the whole set contains all the elements. So these two we should not see. We should see only the other open sets. Now write down the open sets. Just check the open sets. Check the open sets. So there exists no open set containing B and not C. Correct? No? See, there is the only open set is BC, and BC, this open set contains both the elements B and C. So I cannot have, there is no open set in this containing B not C, or containing C and not B. So therefore, this topology X tau, this topological space is not T naught. Is not T naught. Okay, we'll go to the second example now. Let us take up indiscrete space. So consider indiscrete space. X tau. And what is tau in indiscrete space? Tau is nothing but null set and the whole set. And the only open set containing elements is X, and it contains all elements. So if at all I take any pair belonging to X, I cannot have an open set containing one, not the other, because the only open set is X and that contains all the elements. So therefore, indiscrete space X tau is not T naught. Let us take up discrete space. Let us consider discrete space. X tau. And what is tau in discrete space? It is P of X, the power set of X. All the subsets of X are open sets. Okay. Now case 1. If X contains only one point, that is singleton. If X is a set with discrete topology containing only one element, that is singleton, then obviously this discrete space is not T naught. Case 2, if X contains more than 1 point, more than 1 point, if it contains more than 1 point, say at least two elements belonging to X, A not equal to B, consider singletons, singleton A, singleton B, singletons. One open set is enough, no? So any one you can take. So take a singleton A, consider singleton A. Now singleton A is an open set, contains which element? A belongs to it and B doesn't belong to it. Okay, we want one open set containing one, not the other. So if it contains more than one element, 1 point, I can take the singleton A or singleton B. Definitely it contains one element and not the other. So therefore, discrete space which contains more than 1 point, is T naught. Okay, now we shall go to a theorem. To prove that T naught property is topological. This is a theorem to prove that T naught property is topological. To prove that T naught property is topological. Okay, proof. Let us take a topological space. Let X tau be T naught. Let X tau be T naught. And take a function from this X tau to another topological space Y tau dash. Let that function be a homeomorphism. What is homeomorphism? Bijective, continuous, and inverse is continuous. Now to prove that the homeomorphic image, that is Y tau dash, is also T naught. We have to prove that Y with respect to tau dash is T naught. So to prove T naught, what should I do? I should take two elements belonging to Y. So let's say Y1, Y2 belong to Y such that Y1 not equal to Y2, distinct points belonging to capital Y. Okay, we want one open set separating these two. That means it should contain any one of this. Okay, we want one open set, remember, containing any one of this. Open set in Y. Okay, now this implies there exists X1, X2 belonging to X such that f of X1 is Y1, f of X2 is Y2. Why this will happen? Because our f is bijective in that it is onto. Now since Y1 not equal to Y2 will imply that X1 not equal to X2 because f is a function. F is a function. Right? Since x1 not equal to x2, and where are x1 and x2? They are coming from x, and x is what? Given x is t naught. Since x is t naught, there exists an open set in x, okay, such that it contains one element, not the other. So we are taking x1 belonging to U and x2 not in U. Okay. Now, whenever x1 is there in U, what about f of x1? F of x1 will belong to f of U. And f of x2 will belong to f of U. X2 doesn't belong to U, so this will not belong to f of U. Correct? Okay, then what is f of x1? F of x1 is nothing but y1. So y1 belongs to f of u and y2 doesn't belong to f of u. Dear friends, and what is f of u? And very, very important, f of u is dash in y. It is open in y because f is dash. F is an open mapping. Open mapping. And what is our u? U is open. U is open. So it takes open sets to open sets. If U is open, F of U is open because F is an open mapping, right? So I got an open set. I got an open set, open in Y, right? Containing one element, not the other. So therefore, final conclusion, it says that therefore Y tau dash is T naught. We had to prove Y is T naught. So we proved it as T naught. Hence, T naught property is topological. We proved the theorem. T naught property is topological. We shall go to the next theorem to prove that T naught property is hereditary. We shall prove that T naught property is hereditary. Another easy theorem. T naught property is hereditary. Proof. Very, very simple proof. Let us take a topological space. Let X tau be a topological space which is T naught. Take a subset Y, subset of X, and take Y tau dash, tau star, subspace of X tau. Let us take the subspace. Okay, and what is tau star? Tau star contains all tau elements intersection Y. Now we have to prove that the subspace, what is the subspace here? Y tau star, the induced topology tau star. This is T naught. We have to prove that Y tau star is T naught. Now to prove T naught, what do we do? We'll take two elements which are distinct coming from Y. Y1 not equal to Y2. So we need one open set in Y, okay, containing one, not the other. Fine, okay. Since X, our Y is subset of X, correct? No. So where are Y1 and Y2? Y1 and Y2, they also belong to X. And Y1 not equal to Y2. And X is dash, X is T naught. So what will happen now? So there exists an open set, one open set. We'll call the open set as U, such that open set where? X is T naught. No, we are using X is T naught. So open set in X. Open set in X. Very, very important, right? Such that, such that, such that it contains one of them. So we'll take Y1 belonging to U and Y2 not in U. Y2 not in U. So now Y1 and Y2, they are coming from Y. They also belong to Y. So next step, Y1 belongs to U intersection Y, because Y1 and Y2, they are actually we have taken from Y only, no? Y1 and Y2, they are coming from Y. So definitely our Y1, since it belongs to U, so it will belong to the intersection U intersection Y. And Y2, since it doesn't belong to U, so definitely it will not be there in this. Okay, then what about U intersection Y? Y. So where is this? This will belong to tau star, because where is U? U is open in X. That means it belongs to tau. So this U intersection Y is nothing but tau element intersection Y. So definitely belongs to tau star. That is U intersection Y is open set in Y. So I got an open set in Y. Got an open set in Y such that It contains one element and doesn't contain the other element. So therefore, y tau star is T naught. Therefore, T naught property, see every subspace is T naught. So therefore, T naught property is hereditary. Hereditary. So every subspace of a T naught space is T naught. Therefore, T naught property is hereditary. Okay, now we shall go to the next theorem. The theorem says a topological space is T naught if and only if the closures of distinct points are distinct. A topological space X tau is T naught if and only if is there, if and only if the closures of distinct points are distinct. The closures of distinct points are distinct. Proof, since there is if and only if, so we'll take necessary. Necessary what is given? Given, that is hypothesis. X tau is T naught. And what we have to prove? To prove that distinct points, the closures of distinct points are distinct. What is the meaning of that? That means if I take any two distinct points, x not equal to y, then the closures of that is singleton x closure is not equal to singleton y closure. That's the meaning of closures of distinct points are distinct. So we have to prove distinct points have, see, singleton x closure is not equal to singleton y closure. Okay, now we'll start. Okay, x comma y belonging to x not equal to y, right? And what is x? Given it is T naught. So what? This implies there exists an open set U. Okay, there exists an open set U such that contains one element, not the other element. So we'll take x belongs to U and y doesn't belong to U. Okay, now since y doesn't belong to U, now watch. Singleton y intersection U. What is this? Definitely null because y doesn't belong to U. And next step, singleton y intersection U minus singleton x. Is it equal to null or not? See, this part is null. So null set minus anything is definitely null. What is U? U is an open set. Open set of, it contains x. Watch here, it contains x. So we have to prove So we were proving the theorem on T naught. A topological space X tau is T naught if and only if the closures of distinct points are distinct. So that is necessary. Necessary says that given X tau is T naught, we have to prove that closures of distinct points are distinct. That is, if you take any pair which are distinct, their closures are also distinct. Now take any 2 points belonging to x not equal to y. Okay, we have to prove this, remember. And x is T naught. So what? There exists an open set containing one element, not the other. So containing x, not y. So y doesn't belong to U. So what? Singleton y intersection U is definitely null set. And that null set minus singleton x is equal to null because this is null set. And what is U here? U is open set. U is open set and contains x. So definitely open set of x. So you have an open set of x. Intersection singleton y minus singleton x equal to null. This implies this element x is not limit point of singleton y. Okay, that implies x doesn't belong to the derived set of singleton y. Also, x doesn't belong to singleton y because x not equal to y. So not here, definitely not in the union. And the union is nothing but the singleton y whole bar, the closure of singleton y. So x doesn't belong to the closure of singleton y. But actually, where is x? So x will belong to singleton x, definitely, right? X will belong to singleton x, definitely, right? And any set is contained in its bar, so definitely our x will belong to singleton x whole bar. And in the previous step, we had got this doesn't belong to singleton y whole bar. I have an element belonging to this, not belonging to the another set. So therefore, these two sets are not equal to singleton y bar. Right? We had to prove the closures are distinct. So we got the proof of the closures of closures are distinct. Hence necessary. Hence we have proved the necessary part. We shall go to the sufficiency part now. So sufficiency part says sufficiency. Sufficiency. What is given for sufficiency now? Given whenever you have distinct points, the closures are distinct. The closure of this is not equal to the closure of singleton y. This happens for all x comma y belonging to x. We have to prove that the topological space where this is happening is T naught. Okay. Now, take any two elements belonging to x, x not equal to y. Okay. We have to prove it is T naught. That means what? I want one open set containing one, not the other. Containing x or not y, or containing y, not x. I want one open set, okay, containing one, not the other. Now, since x not equal to 0, they have given what? They have given the closures are also distinct. Distinct points will have distinct closures. So this is given. Given. What is the meaning of A not equal to B? This implies that there exists at least one element. At least one element. We'll call that element as Z, such that Z belongs to the first set and Z will not belong to the other set. Okay? Yes. Now let us consider Z doesn't belong to this. So consider Z doesn't belong to, let us consider Z doesn't belong to singleton y whole bar. Let us take this. Doesn't belong to whole. What is A bar? A bar is nothing but A union D of A. Remember, A bar is nothing but A union D of A. And Z doesn't belong to this. That means what? Z doesn't belong to this and Z doesn't belong to D of singleton y. This implies what? Next step. Z is not equal to y. Okay. Z and Z is not. What is the meaning of this? Z is not a limit point. So not a limit point of singleton y. Not a limit point of y. Not a limit point of y. No, this implies what? There exists an open set as open set U of Z such that singleton y, not a limit point of this set, no, so that set intersection the open set minus this is not the limit point. So Z is equal to null. Following? Equal to null, no? So next step is what? That is U may be null or it may be singleton Z. So when this will be null? Whenever this whole thing is null. So null set minus singleton Z is null. When other chance will be when this whole thing is singleton Z. Okay, can it be singleton Z and intersection U cannot be singleton Z. Why this cannot be? Because our z is not equal to y. We have got it here. Z is not equal to y, z is not equal to y. So I cannot have this, because if at all any common element, only common element could be, y. And our y is not equal to z. So definitely these two are not equal. These two are not equal. So this will force. This is not the, chance. The only chance is this is, should be equal to singleton y intersection u must be null set. What is the meaning of this? That implies y doesn't belong to u. What is u? U is an open set. I got an open set. Y doesn't belong. Remember, we want one open set containing one, not the other. We had taken two distinct points, x and y. We want one open set containing one, not the other. I got an open set not containing y. What we have to prove now? We have to prove now this u contains x. We have to prove that this open set u contains x. Okay, next we'll write TPT to prove that x belongs to u. U is the open set, and we got y doesn't belong to, u. Now we have to prove. And remember, z belongs to singleton x whole bar. We have got in the previous step. The previous step, we have got x z belonging to singleton x whole bar. And what is our u? U is an open set. Open set of x. We have a theorem. What is the theorem? We have a theorem which says that x belongs to a bar if and only if a intersection u is not null for all open sets u of x. For all open set u of x, we have a theorem. X belongs to a bar if and only if a intersection u not equal to null for all open sets u of x. Now using this theorem, see, in the place of a I have singleton x. Okay, so what now? Next step. So this implies singleton x intersection u is not null. Not null. So what could be the only common point? Only common point could be x. So this implies x belongs to u. U is an open set, x belongs to u, right? So we have proved what? For all xy belonging to x not equal to u, x not equal to y, okay? We got an open set u, there exists u, an open set such that x belongs to u and y doesn't belong to u. So therefore, x tau is T naught. X tau is T naught. Hence, sufficiency. So we have proved a topological space is T naught if and only if distinct points are distinct. So the proof of the theorem is completed. So today we shall stop.